Come on! Goku! Thank you, Dragon Balls! Later. Stay alive, Vegeta. I'll bet my last ounce of pride!
Alright fellas, here we go. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku's abilities. We just talked about it. This guy needs to have a second life with debuffing, needs to have overwhelming firepower to help the USS team catch up, and he also needs to have a no-switching ability to in some way just allow the USS team to leverage MVP 17 and Golden Frieza's disruptive abilities. That's what I'm looking for. I'm expecting him to be ranged, and in terms of typing, I'm comfortable with purple or yellow. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see what we end up getting. Start the battle on the offensive with powered up arts. Legend Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku joins the fight. His strengths: number 1, power up arts and nullify combo breaking actions with the unique gauge. Nullify combo breaking actions with the unique gauge. So he has transforming Vegito Blue's ability with his unique gauge. This guy, if he ends up being purple, then Broly's gonna get hurt really bad. The unique gauge is a time type gauge that powers up arts when consumed. Strike and blast arts consume 25% of the gauge to gain a big damage increase and nullify combo breaking actions. Ultimate arts consume the entire gauge and nullify element disadvantages. I'm going to assume this cannot be cancelled. They seem to be very comfortable giving everyone uncancelable type neutral, which is a little bit bizarre. But this tells me if this Goku is in fact purple, then Broly's going to get hurt bad, which I think is kind of appropriate given how dominant Broly has been. He's kind of been, you know, ping-ponging up and down this entire time, but right now I think Broly is just one of the most impactful characters in the meta. That neutral game dominance, the power of his, you know, sealing of the mains, sealing of your rushes, just the man is a force to be reckoned with. And I think if this character ends up being purple with that unique gauge nullifying, then he's going to be the sort of dampening to Broly's usage rate that we've kind of become accustomed to seeing. Number 2, have the upper hand even when cornered. The unique gauge charge rate increases each time an ally is defeated up to a maximum of 100%. Plus, taking an arts attack when your HP is at 50% or lower will charge the unique gauge by 50%. A lot of unique gauge charging. I'm going to assume a lot of defensive behaviors are going to be tied to this too. It could be just like the Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. That guy had a charge type gauge, and when the gauge ended up filling, the guy got himself a green card, powered up his next strike and blast, some healing, vanish back. A lot of things hinged on that unique gauge. It sounds like they want to do that as well with this guy. Number 3, jump in from standby and counterattack. The unique gauge charges rapidly when on standby. When it's fully charged, you'll get a boost to crit rate and damage guard, and your sub counts will be reduced. He borrowed what Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta had. Remember, when Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's unique gauge fills up completely, he lowers his sub count by, I think, 6. And then he's able to use his infamous switch ability and join in on the kick. Now, the Goku does not have a switch ability, but having the reduced sub count on the full unique gauge is exactly like that character, which is huge. It sounds like they gave this character some really good defensive abilities, but that could be very, very strong. Turn the tide and seize victory with an ace up your sleeve. He is purple! Oh! Ooh! Okay, I was right. They want to hurt Broly. Another purple plus character. How many of these do we have? How many purple plus legends do we have now? Is this our third one? Vegito, Mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and now this guy? That's kind of funny. Z ability is strike, attack, and defense. So he is strike oriented then? I assume so. Universe Rep, God Key, or Sans. Ooh. He could fit pretty well with the Buu Duo then. Okay. And then if you're Universe Rep, you get additional blast attack. Strike Arts. Decrease all enemy health restore on activation. Has armor, so charge in without fear of enemy blast arts. This is... oh my god, it's on activation. I really do think they designed this guy to deal with Broly. One of Broly's biggest, I guess, powerful traits is just how much sustain he has. Enters the field with so much healing. He's going to get healing off the unique gauge being activated. All this other stuff, you know, even when his endurance gets procced. So, you know, using cards, his green card. It sounds like this is just to make Broly's sustainability get hurt. They really want to do something about him tanking all the damage. Blast Arts, just like the Strike Arts. So they both hurt enemy health restore. Blue card. When the unique gauge is at 25% or more, get a further damage boost to your blue card. Massive impact damage. On activation, 30% blue card damage. If the unique gauge is 25% or more, get 50% blue card damage buff for 3 counts, which cannot be cancelled. Really strong. Ally subcount -3 and enemy subcount on switch +3. Ooh, subcount manipulation off the blue. That's going to pair really well with this guy having his own unique gauge, lower his own subcount on standby. That's very strong. On hit, destroy 3 enemy cards. Pretty good. Melee-based blue card with blast armor. His green card nullifies combo breaking actions, so go for combos without fear of auto counters. So Broly. On activation, draw up to 2 cards if your hand has 3 or fewer, heal 10%, 40 key, 25% to the unique gauge, damage plus 30%, and nullify combo breaking actions for 5 counts. It's a melee-based green with blast armor, chainable with everything. His ultimate, when the ultimate is fully charged, when the unique gauge is fully charged, get a further boost to ultimate damage and nullify element disadvantages. Supreme impact damage. On activation, 50% ult damage, nullify endurance, cancel enemy buff effects. When the unique gauge is full, get another 50% damage, go type neutral, which cannot be cancelled, and ally subcount -10. That's really strong. All the ally subcount manipulation, just think about how often this feeds into what other characters want to do. Ally subcount means I can bring MVP 17 and go Golden Frieza more frequently. That means I can get more disruptive charges off. I can get more sustain off. I can go ahead and get the release type gauge and have more opportunities to kill you. Like, manipulating subcount on teams that can do a lot of things are some of the strongest things that you can do. So now you got to deal with all this ally subcount manipulation on a team that has a green, blue, and purple. That just synergizes beautifully together. This is really good. So much subcount manipulation here. So now you don't have to worry too much about being at a disadvantage. My biggest thing with Golden Frieza and 17 is just, you always, the fight is always started against the Broly, and you're starting with blue, 17, and you want to do everything you can to get to the Frieza side. Well, one combo with them is enough to fill the switch gauge, but only after you proc this guy's unique gauge first. But at least now in this case, you don't have to be as worried. So that's pretty good. Pretty damn good. I know it. Oh, he nullifies blast arts, by the way. I don't know if you see this. He doesn't have blast armor. He just straight up nullifies blast arts. So they were thinking about when you run into 17 and Golden Frieza. They didn't want that blast armor break card to get in the way. Main ability, charge the unique gauge by 100%. Destroy a card to draw the ult. Thank you very much. Again, I always say this, but I hate characters that don't destroy a card for their ultimate. Having too many cards in your hand and not being able to get the ultimate is very frustrating, especially in this meta, where characters have a ton of card draw speed reduction, and the combo comp system just makes it very difficult for you to empty out your hand. Now, there's not that many scenarios where you're going to have a full hand and you've comboed long enough to get to that point, but there are support characters that give you cards on swap out. Characters get cards on entry. There are scenarios where it does get annoying, where your hand is filled and you're not going to get that ultimate. It's happened many times to me. He heals 30%, gets 50 key, unique gauge plus 100%, very strong, and cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, really, really good. Starter ability, he just has endurance. 350% damage, damage guard is at 320%, 60% key recovery, level 1 card draw speed, and endurance with 50% recovery. Unique ability. Use a strike or blast arts when the unique gauge is at 25% or more to get increased damage and nullify combo breaking actions. Use this in combination with the green cards to fight back against auto counters. So BROLY. The unique gauge will charge by 50% when your health goes below 50%, making Goku strong even in tough situations. On entry, draw up to 2 cards if your hand is 3 or fewer. I can't be the only one that has noticed. We are getting way stronger versions of card on entry now. This is not the first character to draw 2 cards on entry. We're seeing this a little more frequently now. Even, I think Goku and Hit, is it when on entry or tag switch they get 2 cards if your hand is 3 or fewer? It used to always be 1, but they're really pushing the envelope here. Health plus 15%, that's a ton of healing. He gets 40 ki and type neutral damage received for 5 counts. Another example of Legends just going against their word of saying we don't want everyone to have so much type neutral. Like, again, stuff like this removes the purpose of elements all the time. Like when you have a purple plus going up against a green character, you can't leverage the fact that you have a type plus element if they're type neutral. You now have to rely on moves that strip away buff effects, which Goku does on his blue, sure, but what if you wanted to combo? What if you time your swaps properly and now I set up my type advantage against his type disadvantage character, but oh, silly me, he has type neutral again. So they really have to be careful with this. At least for 17 and Golden Frieza, they have to take a hit before they get their type neutral, so you can work around that. But again, a lot of characters have this, and I don't know, it kind of sucks. They're kind of obsoleting this here. On strike / blast arts use, if the unique gauge is 25% or more, he gets 50% damage for 10 counts, and he nullifies combo breaking actions for 5 counts 1 time. Activation reset on switch or area change, and nullify attribute downgrades. Holy crap! That's really strong. I see the play they want you to do with this Goku. They just want you to press all of his cards at once. Because think about it. Let's say you enter the field, you have 50% unique gauge. You got 3 cards in your hand. You're going to use a card, strike or blast. It's going to consume 25% of your unique gauge, right? Just for you to get your damage and your combo, nullify combo breaking actions. And then these reset after your on switch or area change. So you're going to use a card, you're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and it's going to deplete 25% of the gauge. And then you're also going to get nullify attribute downgrade, so you don't have to worry about your opponent debuffing your arts costs, making them cost more. So you just want to spam these, just spam it all out. It's almost like they want you to blitz down BROLY. Isn't that the play that we all make? There's no point in doing charge steps and side steps and extending the combo against the BROLY, because you're just making it weaker for yourself. You want to just go all in. Hit him as hard as you can to either A, make your opponent swap out of BROLY so you can deal with him in a more favorable scenario, or B, you take care of his first life without having combo comp strip away your damage output. That's what they want with this. They just want you to use a card. Now you don't gotta worry about BROLY's auto counter. Just spam it all out, and then you don't have to worry about anyone increasing your arts cost as well. So just go all in. They made a blitzing character, which is, you know, again, fitting for Kaioken Goku. That's what he was. He's a blitz character. When you're hit by the enemy's arts, all enemy arts cost plus 10 for 5 counts. Cool. Also, if health is 50% or lower 1 time, activation reset when ally is defeated. Health plus 30%, unique gauge plus 50%, destroy the entire enemy hand, all enemies subcount plus 2. The infamous disrupt. This is one of the strongest disrupts here. Lock them in, kill their entire hand, heal back up. This is one of the strongest ones. Who was it that had this? Was it Feetku? Was he the one that had this disrupt? I think he was. Very, very strong disrupt here. And Goku stacking enemy arts cost here. It's not just once. It's every time he gets hit by the enemy's arts cost, your costs go up by 10. So you're gonna want another Goku to deal with this Goku. When an ally is defeated, your unique gauge charge rate plus 50%, which cannot be cancelled. All enemy draw speed -2 for 10 counts. Good combo killing. When on the field, an enemy activates a blue card, ultimate, awakened arts, or rising rush. Ally subcount -5, cancel enemy buff effects, therefore allowing you to swap back into 17 and Golden Frieza. That's what it's for. Because those guys only have 5 counts as well, I believe. So now you have enough to swap between the two. That's good. Goku has endurance, debuffing ally subcount. 17 and Golden Frieza have endurance, nice little second life. Same idea. Cover change against a strike, chainable with the blue. Unique gauge. Consume the unique gauge to power up your arts. Greatly boost crit rate and reduce subcount when it's fully charged. Starts as time type with 90% charge. When the unique gauge becomes full, get 20% damage guard for 20 counts. Crit rate plus 50% for 20 counts. All arts cost -5 for 20 counts, and your subcount is -3. Okay, it's not as much as I thought. I thought it'd be like 6, just like the Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So this thing charges rapidly while he's on the field. Consumed 25% on strike, blast, special move arts with 25% or more unique gauge entirely when you use the ultimate arts. I'm pretty sure it's exactly like Ultra Turles's, right? You consume 25% of the unique gauge once, and then you have these buffs. Yeah, activation reset on switch or area change. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. So consume 25% of it, get that 50% damage, get the combo breaking action nullification, and then you're good to go. I believe that's how it's going to work. I could be wrong. You can honestly just follow the numbers, really. If you follow the numbers, then it probably makes more sense that it straight up just consumes any amount. Yeah, this is another example of the wording sometimes not being clear. Or rather, the wording has been used again, but by a character that's quite a ways old. So I don't remember if the phrasing is the exact same. That's just going to be something we'll have to double check in the showcase. But it either works one or two ways. It uses the 25% of the unique gauge once to get the 50% damage and the nullify combo breaking actions, or it uses it continuously until it's depleted. So you can stack this up to a maximum of 200%. I don't know which one of them it is. It's probably more likely the second one, only because I don't know if they would want this character not to have damage stacking. There's a lot of characters that stack damage right now, and that's what makes you really, really good. If you're not stacking cut penetration, you're stacking damage, and that's what makes you hit really hard. So that's what I'm thinking they're doing, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to find out in-game. I'll have to double check this. And then the Legends action. Low area. Destroy a card and draw a blue card next. Activation reset when ally is defeated. 40 key, unique gauge plus 25%. A Legends action that resets when ally is defeated. Why are they placing so much value on this guy's blue? Why would they limit that? A lot of Legends actions are a lot stronger than this. I wonder why they're limiting this. What are they worried about? Is it because of this? Maybe it's because of this? Because if you have the combo comp system going live right now and all your subcounts are fixed, you're going to be able to swap out. You're less in danger. Is that what it is? I'm not really sure. But he looks good. I think this is a targeted Broly counter, this Goku. Between the health restore debuffs, the auto counter nullifying, the elements, and then him being a blitzing character, to me it all just screams they really wanted someone to deal with Broly. Not really surprised. I guess maybe their thinking is, if you're somebody that's summoned for the Ultra, you got a blue character, Broly's going to be far more relevant to the game. And at this point, you're probably like, I can't properly use my Ultra because I got to deal with the strong green. Hence why they released this guy. But again, I said it before, both the God Key team and the USS team could use a purple. So it kind of just hits all the right notes. Purple to protect the blue character, your blue ultra. Purple because USS needs a new purple, and purple because God Key could use a new purple. So it all just flows together. But I assume he's a strike-oriented character, which is fitting for USS as well as the Ultra. That's where they put their priority. All right, you guys, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this guy. Again, he is... I just feel like characters do so much nowadays that it's virtually impossible to just give a grade so early on, right? It all boils down to the use case. It all boils down to what exactly you're trying to deal with at that given time. Like, everybody for some reason says Trunks and Gohan are not that impressive unless they're given just an overwhelming amount of Zenkai buffs. I personally disagree, but the fact that the narrative around the character can change so easily and so quickly should tell you that people see the value of characters solely for who they're trying to deal with right now. That's what it feels like. So for this character who is by design really meant to hurt Broly, you gotta wonder, where does that place him? A lot of people consider Broly top 3. I myself put him as top 3 as well. So if this character is hyper focused to deal with Broly, and that opens up some breathing room for other characters to exist that may have an easier time dealing with Kaioken Goku, does that mean Kaioken Goku is bad? I don't know. So again, we're gonna have to try him out for a little bit. To me, he looks good, and I think having a strong counter to Broly is totally appropriate. I will have to double check this phrasing, because to me it just screams it's like Turles. 25% of the unique gauge is used, you get this and you get this, and it'll only consume it again when you do the area change or you swap out and swap back into the Goku. That's my understanding, because they just want you to have this quick opportunity to blitz it. Otherwise, it would be kind of pointless if you're just able to just get, you know, infinite cover on everything. Actually, no, I was right then. The first way that it worked is totally fine. Sleepy Brain absolutely jumping me right now. All right, it works exactly like the first way. It's just like Ultra Turles. So we'll see how well he does. I think he has tools to deal with a lot of pesky characters in the meta right now. We will need to see what his stats look like and how well he flows with the 17 and Frieza, because one thing you may notice, this character does not have that little lock-in that I was looking for. He has it here when his Disrupt is activated, but something like Broly, when he does the cover change, he doesn't seem to have, and that's important. That is going to be important. So we'll see what the meta looks like afterwards. I am excited to try him out. You guys let me know if you are too. But until next time, peace.
You're an incredible warrior. Let's rematch someday.